Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Good evening. You're watching Oman News. First, the headlines. Promoting the quality of education is the most pioneering goal of Education for All International Conference. The assessment of Gulf Cooperation Council March seminar discusses in Muscat strengthening and securing Gulf independence. The minister responsible for foreign affairs says that consultation meeting of GCC leaders will discuss the most important approaches concerning the GCC countries from security to political issues. And a seminar is held at Labour Department in Mazyuna in the Governorate of Dhofar to introduce its service to the citizens of the Wilaya. Those were the headlines, and now the news in detail. The assessment of Gulf Cooperation Council March was the theme of a seminar organized by the Advisory Board of the Gulf Cooperation Council Supreme Council in cooperation with the Council's Secretariat General. The seminar was presided over by His Excellency Yusuf bin Alawi bin Abdullah, Minister responsible for Foreign Affairs. A host of assistants, Secretary General, took part in the seminar. It discussed in its first day a number of topics, including the political aspect and the man and development. It also dealt with the economic aspect, youth dialogue, energy resources, water crisis, food security and positive solidarity in the view of latest developments and changes in the world. It reviewed regional and international challenges, the need to establish principles of dialogue and political and social stability in the member states. The seminar also discussed the Council's efforts and initiatives in various Gulf and Arab countries. Regarding the consultation meetings of their Majesties and Highnesses, the leaders of Gulf Cooperation Council countries, which will be held this month, His Excellency Yusuf bin Alawi bin Abdullah, Minister responsible for Foreign Affairs, said that the meeting will discuss the most important tracks which of concern to the Council countries, security and political issues in pursuit of achieving stability in the region. He added that there are numerous crises at the current period of history, and the role of Gulf Cooperation Council is to work to help those who have a crisis to look into enable to achieve stability, which is a way towards growth and preservation of a sustainable prosperity. Aspects of cooperation in various spheres between the two countries and ways of strengthening them topped talks of His Excellency Yusuf bin Alawi bin Abdullah, Minister responsible for Foreign Affairs, with His Excellency Matata Bonyo Mabon, Prime Minister of Democratic Republic of Congo. They also discussed a number of issues of concern to both sides. Brazilian markets is a key tributary in strengthening and promoting investment opportunities for the Sultanate in numerous fields. That was stated by His Highness Sayyid Faisal bin Turki Al Said, Director General of Marketing and Information at Public Authority for Investment Promotion and Export Development, in a statement for the Sultanate of Oman Radio and Television. He also said that this stage is the most important one, especially that there is great activity with regard to work with establishment of concerned with investment promotion and economic development in general. The related to final period of the Future Vision 2020. Currently, there is a large delegation in Brazil, and the public authority is participating to promote investment opportunities in specific sectors that are believed that Brazilian market can have a role in enhancing these investment fields. The Ministry of Environment and Climate Affairs honored a number of its excelled employees and governmental and private institutions which contributed in the activities of the Ministry in Oman Environment Day. This came under the title Together We Protect Our Environment. The Ministry also honored the participating committees and work teams in the Conference of Ballast Water and Impact of Marine Invasive Species, which was held in last February. His Excellency Mohammed bin Salim Al Tobi, Minister of Environment and Climate Affairs, presided over the ceremony. 4 Omani female students had won advanced places in artistic competition for school students on the subject of communicable diseases, which was held by World Health Organization, representative by its regional office for the East Mediterranean on the occasion of World Health Day 2014. His Excellency Dr. Ali bin Talib Al-Hinai, Under Secretary of the Ministry of Health for Planning Affairs, handed the organization's prizes to the winning female students of the competition, in which a great number of school students from East Mediterranean took part. The Sultanate participated by more than 1,200 artistic portraits from all schools of the governorates in the year's competition, which came under the theme Communicable Diseases by Contact. The official opening ceremony of the Global Education for All meeting under the auspices of His Highness Sayyid As'ad bin Tariq Al Saeed, representative of His Majesty the Sultan, came out with a final report on enhancing education in the world. More details with Saif Al-Kindi in the following report.
During the event, Her Excellency Dr. Madiha bint Ahmed Al-Shaybani, the Minister of Education, delivered a speech saying that the Sultanate has a commitment to achieve education for all, including enabling children to complete basic primary education. She added that the Sultanate achieved more than 98% of joining school. Regarding the expand in enhancing educational programs of early child care, the Sultanate exceeded that percent and reached to 40% before the allocated appointment. Furthermore, in terms of reducing the percentage of illiteracy, the Sultanate achieved 50%, which is really a good achievement based on the indicators of sustainable development. Dr. Hamoud bin Khalfan Al-Harthi, Under-Secretary of Education and Curricula, outlined the Omani situation. He said,
we're already beyond that in many aspects. As I said, we achieved the equity of male and female since 20 years ago. Also the issue of eradication illiteracy among adults, also we made more than 50%. That was supposed to be the target. In addition, talking about one of the issues that we need to focus on, the issue of early childhood education, and this is one of our priority right now.
Her Excellency Irina Bukova, Director General of UNESCO, pointed out that this hosting reflected a deep commitment to quality education in the Sultanate through an effective education system and through gender parity in primary and secondary. And that came through a long engagement with education for sustainable development. She appreciated the progress achieved in the Sultanate in achieving gender parity 20 years ago. This is a remarkable achievement, and it shows what can be done when there is a political will and resources. She said,
Oman is the country that is credited by the United Nations Human Development reports as a country that has made the biggest progress in 40 years, because Oman invested in health and Oman invested in education heavily.
His Excellency Mapun Matata Ponoyo, Prime Minister of Democratic Republic of Congo, presented a document on the current situation achieved in his country in terms of education for all. He said,
I think that we need special attention to really focus on this report on education of very poor background, especially girls' education, in order to really try to give them same chances like boys, and also the training of teachers and also acquiring of textbooks.
At the end of the opening ceremony, His Highness the Chief Guest and the official delegates opened the educational exhibition that was organized to exhibit the educational issues of EFA. The exhibits clearly showed the huge development achieved in the educational sector in the Sultanate, Africa and Asia. Teaching and learning, achieving quality for all was the main theme has been discussed during the meeting. Moreover, the Omani situation has been noticed with progress in several areas. One of them is the school building, gender education, literacy of adults as well as special needs learners. Saif Al-Kindi for English News, Al Bustan Palace Hotel, Muscat.
Still to come in our news bulletin. Kuwaiti ship hub arrives in the Governorate of Muscat.
تخلص من الازدحام في مكتبك باستخدام ورق دبل اي. دبل اي ورق بجودة مضاعفة. ورق دبل اي سرعة وسلاسة. تخلص من الازدحام في مكتبك باستخدام ورق دبل اي. دبل اي ورق بجودة مضاعفة. ورق دبل اي سرعة وسلاسة.
Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. Firemen teams affiliated to Public Authority for Civil Defense and Ambulance controlled a fire that broke out in a housing building of 5 floors in Ghubra North in the Governorate of Muscat. Trapped people from expatriate families in the building were rescued. 9 people were sustained light injuries. The building is located near Sultan Qaboos Street. Citizens and expatriates tried their best to control the fire before the arrival of civil defense vehicles and ambulances, which extinguished the fire, evacuated the building and treated the injured. The Public Authority for Civil Defense and Ambulance repeated its urge for the landlords to stick to the safety measures. The Ministry of Heritage and Culture organized a workshop entitled Female Employees' Rights and Their Duties Towards Work. It aimed to activate the role of working women, promoting her performance and introducing their vocational and legal rights, as well as to track preserving them as influencing work power. 3 work papers were tackled during the first session of the workshop, namely Women Rights and Duty within the Omani legislations of Civil Service Law and Regulations, while the second was Female Employee Legal Awareness, and the third highlighted an example of a successful Omani women. The session stressed that all Omani legislations and political decisions go along with international conventions and treaties which preserve women's rights. Royal Oman Police, represented in a social care management, held a ceremony for the conclusion of scholastic year 2013-2014 of kindergarten under the auspices of Brigadier Salim bin Saeed Al-Rawahi, Director General of Equipment and Supplies. An exhibition was held to show the skills and activities which children had in their scholastic year at kindergartens. At the end, the chief guest honored the faculty working in kindergarten. Within the preparations of Sultan Qaboos Higher Center for Culture and Sciences to inaugurate a third version of Sultan Qaboos Prize for Culture, Arts and Literary, a prize introductory meeting held in the Governorate of Brahmi with the presence of those who concerned at literary, cultural and arts movement in the Governorate. The meeting revealed the aims of this prize, in addition to the field of competitiveness in this version, namely educational studies, photography and theatre authoring. It also discussed the mechanism of registration at the prize website. In order to facilitate for citizens and with the aim to coordinate with companies work in the wilaya of Al-Mazyuna, in addition to get acquainted with job seekers, a seminar was held in the services provided by Mazyuna Labour Department. It was presided over by Sheikh Salim bin Sahil Tabuk, Wali of Al-Mazyuna. The officials at the Ministry of Manpower in the Governorate of Dhofar introduced the services of department to the citizens of the wilaya. The seminar also briefed support provided by the Raft Fund for the youth job seekers. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman Television. Conveying the message of intellectually disabled people to the whole world, Kuwaiti hop ship arrived in Muscat. The ship journey includes more than 20 stations all over the globe in around 7 months. Its last destination will be the international headquarters of the Special Olympiad in Washington in the United States. The ship aims to spread awareness of this segment of the society and involve them in the society.
تخلص من الازدحام في مكتبك باستخدام ورق دبل اي. دبل اي ورق بجودة مضاعفة. ورق دبل اي سرعة وسلاسة. تخلص من الازدحام في مكتبك باستخدام ورق دبل اي. دبل اي ورق بجودة مضاعفة. ورق دبل اي سرعة وسلاسة.
Now for the general weather forecast. Clear skies will prevail over the Sultanate with chances of low cloud over parts of the Hajar Mountains in the afternoon and with the possibility of fog along the southeastern coast. Winds will be southerly to southwesterly light to moderate. Seas along the southeastern coast will be moderate to rough with a maximum wave height of 3 meters, while it will be slight along the rest of the Sultanate's coast with a maximum wave height of 1.25 meters. This is the Sultanate of Oman television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. Promoting the quality of education is the most pioneering goal of Education for All International Conference. The assessment of a Gulf Cooperation Council March seminar discusses in Muscat strengthening and securing Gulf independence. The minister responsible for foreign affairs says that consultation meetings of GCC leaders will discuss the most important approaches concerning the GCC countries from security to political issues. And a seminar is held at the Labour Department in Mazyuna in the Governorate of Dhofar to introduce its services to the citizens of the Wilaya. With that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here at the studio and the newsroom, it's good night.